Bazinga! Bazinga!
Hello, everybody.
I know, we took a week off and people had like fucking, I don't know.
People were losing their minds.
Aren't you guys doing an episode this week?
Are you doing an episode?
No, I'm busy porking your moms.
That's right, motherfucker.
No, actually, we were really busy, which we'll recap on there. Hey, everybody, it's Hey Pal, what's new? I'm Greg, and I got my hetero life mate here, John.
AKA JF.
That's right, Uncle JF in the house. So, yeah, what have you guys been doing? We took a week off. I know, we start 2 episodes in, and then we decide we're going to take a week off. But, you know, we have lives.
And
Sometimes-
school's starting. I need to take a break before school starts. I'm actually leaving for Myrtle Beach on Thursday.
Nice. So when do you start school, like official school teaching, whatnot?
You mean with kids?
Yeah.
Next Thursday.
So the kids don't start till after Labor Day?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's the Jewish holidays, man.
Ah, that's right. You got Rosh Hashanah coming up.
Yeah, and then like you got that weird on the 16th. What is it, Yom Kippur? It's
Yeah.
like you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Yom Kippur, and then go back to school Friday. And like nobody ever comes in. It's like I'm taking a 5-day weekend.
Yeah, my kids started Monday, so I had to get ready for that. Last week was crazy. My girls and I went to the Jersey Shore for a weekend, and it was beautiful. No, it wasn't. It was freaking rainy and gloomy, but my whole family was there, so that was the important thing. And then my girl Manal's birthday was Thursday, so we went to the Catskills.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Oh, she can drink now.
Stop it. I'm not your brother. But anyway.
That's true. And he'll never know we said that because he don't listen.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I'm in the, hey, what can I say? She likes chubby fat men. I don't get it. Old chubby fat men is what I meant. But anyway, yeah, so we had to take a week off. What we're going to probably start doing is get a couple of these episodes in the, stashing them in there just because, we have some ideas as far as stuff that's not topical that we can kind of put up there. We were talking about doing some rank episodes. So, because there's a lot of good stuff there
I'm
we
pretty
want to
rank.
talk about. Yeah, exactly.
I ran twice today, so.
Please don't tell me you use any of that organic shit.
Oh, God, no. Don't you
Full on aluminum. I take freaking metal shards and just put them in my armpits.
Oh, no, I use, what's that fucking, is it Sasquatch?
Sasquatch?
Is that the soap? Sasquatch soap?
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, it's like the big manly soap. It's like a big, huge brick of soap.
Yeah, but they also have a deodorant. Dr. Sasquatch.
That's it, Dr. Sasquatch.
I use that.
Oh, okay.
So I guess it is a bit bougie and organic.
It's a little bougie. Yeah, you should be wearing a fucking flannel and with a big-ass beard.
My soap's got coffee in it.
Does it?
It does.
Do you lick the soap?
I am not Ralphie. That's gonna kill Ralphie.
Dad is not going to kill Ralphie. But anyway, all right, so we're getting back into the swing of things here. Yeah, we had a busy last week. John was filming some stuff, which he can talk about, and or he can't talk about, depending on what his NDAs are. Like I said, I was running around busy. So, hey, here we are now. So shut the fuck up. We're here.
That's right,
You
bitches.
got the crickets. You got the bug zapper going on here. We're ready to rock here. Oh, I thought you were hitting something.
No.
See, we're having fun with soundboards now, which I'll annoy the crap out of you guys. Yeah, stuff like that, like this. See, I'm doing it ghetto style. I just use it right off my phone. I don't have anything hooked up, but that's okay. So anyway, pal, what is new? So you had some stuff going on last week too, right?
Yeah, doing filming. I just do that extra background bullshit stuff, which is fun. Especially when there's a whole procedure to it. I already went through. They have you come in and everything is COVID test. Mm-hmm. It's COVID. You come in like 2 days before you go in for wardrobe fitting. Mm-hmm. You get COVID tested. Then you go in for the fitting, and then 2 days before you show up for set, you get COVID tested. When you show up at set, First thing you do before you do anything else is get the old swab up the nose, the old brain swipe.
Somebody is making a shitload of money off of this.
Oh yeah, and they test twice. They do regular test, but then they also do a rapid test, and they pool those. So they'll take like 10 people, swab them, and then put those swabs together and do one test. So if that pool of swabs gives a positive result, it means one of those 10 people in that pool, and then they'll rapid test those 10 people to see who was the one. But
So what happens to the other 9 people? Like, if you're doing 10 of them together, are they together? So
No.
is it like, okay.
even so, once you get your swabs, you go into what's called holding, and we're all like masked up and 6 feet away and just sitting there.
Okay.
But so far, nobody's, knock on wood, nobody's tested positive on what I've done. Once you've got that, then they sent us to wardrobe. You get your wardrobe. Then they do like hair and makeup, which I got like the fucking. I look like something straight out of fucking.
I saw the
what's that show?
I saw the
Westworld.
picture. Yeah, you were the Stephen Ogg.
That's right.
You rocked the Stephen Ogg. Bullshit.
But yeah, I mean, dude, the first day we showed up and they come in, it was just after the hurricane. They're like, so the other set, they're running a little behind, so they're not going to be recording here today, so we're going to wrap you for the day and send you home. And that was after a half an hour.
But after we stick like 15 swabs in your nose.
But that's okay because they're paying you for the whole day.
Hey, man, you could freaking swab my asshole if you wanted to pay me money.
So then,
I mean, $20 is $20. You know what I'm saying?
some people were all pissed off about it. And I was like, what are you mad about? You get to come back and do this tomorrow instead, and you get paid for 2 days of work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know what these other people are doing. You know, they don't have. You know, I don't know. I've never done any of that stuff.
It's fun.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
I have no aspirations of glory. I don't want to be like, I think this is going to be my big break into the movies. It's like, I'm just happy to like work in the background and be like, I was in that.
Yeah, so you can see TV shows, movies, and all this stuff that we talk about. You can say, hey, I'm in this one. But,
That's right.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, yeah, I mean, as far as stuff that's been going on, you know, we went through last week and whatnot. Just to kind of recap some of the stuff here, we are looking for sponsors. So we did have a sponsor last week, was LakeMeapackGear.com. Those guys are great. We're also we're giving away free ad reads for the month of September. So if you guys want to get a free ad in here, have us rap about how cool your shit is, you know, definitely give us shoot us an email at heypal.what'snew@gmail.com, or, you know, leave a comment on this live stream and let us know if you want us to give you a shout out. You
That's
know,
right.
I don't care what it is. You could be selling, you know, any kind of stuff. You got a music project that you got going on, you got a show coming up, or anything like that. Just give us a holler. You know, we'll give you a nice shout out on here and let all our faithful listeners know about what's going on. So, yeah. Besides all that stuff, I'm trying to think about some of the recap stuff that we were talking about. I did watch the first 2 episodes of Heels, which is on Stars. Great show. I'm really into it.
I will say this week's episode, no spoilers, they have a warning right before the show, and it's like, what the fuck?
A warning?
Oh, yeah.
Is this episode 3, right?
Yep.
I haven't seen 3 yet. I saw 1 and 2.
Episode 3, they have a warning right before the show starts about, like, the subject matter of the episode.
Oh,
Basically, it's a trigger warning.
okay.
And it's like, well, you just fucking ruined shit for me on this episode. Like, I know that's about to happen some point in this episode.
Oh, so it actually tells you, like, oh, be on the lookout. There's
All right,
going to be
spoilers. Right at the beginning, it's like, warning, this episode contains subject material related to suicide.
Oh, okay.
So you know somebody's going to fucking kill themselves or at least contemplate it. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but you don't know who it is.
Well, once the episode starts, you know who it is.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll be on the lookout. Probably after this podcast, I'm going to watch that because I'm behind on that stuff. But yeah, I still haven't done the Letterkenny. I still haven't done the Doom Patrol. I still haven't done Titans. You know, like I said, I'm a busy motherfucker.
I know fucking Barry did the letter, Kenny.
Yes, I know. I hear you talk about Letterkenny, and then I hear about Barry talking about Letterkenny, and I'm like, shit, I gotta get on board with
Yeah,
this
he
stuff.
he was texting me. He's like, I'm binging season 2 now.
Oh, jeez.
I can't stop.
It's good. I mean, there's just so much stuff out there, man. It's ridiculous.
I've sent you clips too where it's like the one with cup of fart.
Yeah.
Well, what's a cup of fart? Well, that's where you cups a fart into your hand and you throws it into an unsuspecting friend's face like a little birdie.
Yeah, we used to do the Lipton's Cup of Fart, which is I remember one time I got my freaking drummer in the band really good. I had one of those like big gulp cups, like one of those super, and I just freaking gassed the whole big gulp cup and just threw it right in his face. He almost passed out.
He deserved it.
He did. I mean, you know, it's not like the shit stash or the Two Finger Shakespeare.
Chocolate covered pretzel.
Yeah,
It's
but
my Mallrats reference for the day.
Yeah,
Chocolate covered pretzel.
what a nice chocolate covered pretzel. Yeah, so you know, I have been trying to catch up on some stuff. There are some new stuff that I'm going to talk about. You know, I don't know if you want to go first or me, but one of the things I started watching, I guess I'll go first since
Go.
I got some ideas. But I started catching up on, and I only watched one episode of it, but it's on Hulu. It's I think it's called McCartney 321. It's like 4 or 5 parts. It's basically Paul McCartney, obviously, and oh god, what's his name? It just came out of my Rick Rubin.
Oh, Rick Rubin.
Yeah, they sit down, they have a soundboard, they go through these old songs. McCartney tells some great stories about some of the songs, like how he, you know, he remembers all this stuff. It's amazing how he remembers all this shit. I can't remember shit
He
that
lies.
I did. He doesn't. He lies. Oh, I remember that one time. I will apologize to Paul McCartney because on the last podcast that we did, the Designated Driver podcast, which, just to recap, it was something we did a couple of years ago with Barry and Daryl, and this was back when I was drinking. The whole premise of it was, you know, 2 men enter, 1 man leave sober, and then Barry would drive us home because he was a designated driver. Me and Daryl would get, you know, blasted on there and talk about all kinds of stuff. And I remember calling Paul McCartney a jowl-faced fuck. You know, as the beer started flowing, you know, Greg talked a little bit more than he usually does, but yeah, no, it was a really good episode. I'm anxious to watch the rest of it. You know, some of the stories I heard, you know, in passing before, and some of it was new, but it's really cool how, if you're really, you know, like I said, like I've always said on this podcast, I'm not breaking new ground here saying the Beatles were great, but just to kind of, you know, break down the, you know, using the fader and pulling up certain things and listening to certain harmonies, and then having Paul discuss, like, there was one song, what is it, All My Lovin', where there's just like a really fast drum to it, and he's like, you try doing that for 3 minutes. I was like, yeah, I do that in the shower.
Well, then you definitely know it wasn't Ringo.
No, not Ringo. Oh, poor Ringo. He's got some good songs. He's still there. You know,
Okay.
as the Meatmen had that one song, 1 down, 3 to go. Now it's 2 down, 2 to go. So, yeah, that's a great song. Fuck. The Beatles.
It'd be really sad if Ringo's the last one alive.
That's the way it's going to end up going. Although Paul looks great. For his age, you know, and we do got to talk about Charlie Watts, too. I mean,
Charlie.
poor Charlie. Out of all the Rolling Stones, he's the first one to go.
I know.
Well, I mean, we're not talking about past, you know, Bill Wyman and stuff like that. But, yeah, you know, it's one of those things, man. You know, we're all getting old. I remember talking, I mean, like I said, I just turned 50 this year, and I ran into my cousin because we had a big family thing going on this weekend. And, you know, one of my cousins turned 50 before me, and she said, welcome to the 50 Club. And, you know, it's funny because you start talking about, you know, you start talking about getting older, and, you know, people say, oh, 50, it's you're middle-aged. I'm not living to 100. Yeah, I was middle-aged, like, maybe
Kate-
in my 40s.
Kat and I had this conversation the other day. I was like, I'm almost 50. That means you realize at this point in my life, I'm closer to death than I am to my birth?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got about a good 30 years left, I think.
I
About
didn't
30.
think I was making it past 29, but that's just me.
Yeah, well, everybody's like that when they're teenagers or in their 20s. Like, you know, I mean, the way we freaking partied, you know, I'm surprised we made it out alive past our 30s, but still.
Well, not all of us did.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
still-
no, some people made it out of their 30s.
Still wearing my Walter bracelet. So, yeah, I still wear that thing. I didn't have it on for the longest time, and then I opened up a drawer, and I saw it there, and I was like, oh, Walter bracelet. Yeah, let me put that on. So it's on with my other stuff. But, yeah, just to kind of kick off some of the new stuff that I've been watching. You know, the McCartney 3-2-1. If you get a chance, it's on Hulu. It's a great show if you're really into, if you really want to nerd out about, you know, recording and the Beatles and Paul and, you know, Rick Rubin's big ass fucking.
Care.
Well, fine, fuck you then.
It's not my bag, baby. Well, it's no Filmage. I'll give it that.
Well, no, I mean nothing's like film.
But that's a band that, like, you know, I'm heavily invested in. I mean, I bought my Milo action figure.
I saw that. You know, it's so funny. That stuff comes up, and I'm like, I should send that to John. And then all of a sudden, 2 seconds later, you're like, I bought it. I'm like, yeah, he bought it. It looks cool though. It's just like a little Milo action figure, isn't it?
Yeah, that company sells lots of different ones. They used to have them in, and they probably will have the Milo one there in Barnes & Noble.
Oh, okay.
But they have they have the Iron Maiden ones.
Oh, yeah. You said that to Mike, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you're going to get this, aren't you? He's like, if I could, I would. I'll totally buy all of them.
I wonder if he does have an Iron Maiden shrine in his house. I remember when he was a kid, he had, all the album covers, framed in posters on his wall. It was he was freaking hardcore. But yeah, we love that guy. I'm sure he'll be on an episode soon.
Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo.
I can't help it.
I'm just trying to be nice, asshole.
Oh, my God. Mosquitoes.
I can smell you.
I'm going to have fun with this little soundboard.
Oh, you are. And you're just...
So, yeah, that was the first one that I saw. What about you, man? Is there anything that you've been...
I did. There's a series, and it's like a series of movies, documentary movies on Netflix called Untold.
Okay.
But there's a new one called Untold Crime and Penalties.
Untold Crime and Penalties. Okay.
Yeah, strap in, people. This is a whole in-depth expose look at the Danbury Trashers, the hockey team, and how they came about and what happened and the downfall of the mob, allegedly.
Allegedly. Whoa, what is this on?
Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
That's the only reason I watched it. I was like, wait, what's that? And it was like the Danbury Trashers. I was like, wait, I got to watch this.
I loved the Danbury Trashers.
When the guy fucking buys a hockey team and just hands the management and everything of it over to his 17-year-old kid.
Oh, my God.
You knew it was disaster.
They had the best logo, too. It was like a trash can with a hockey stick.
Yep.
And it was all mad and stuff. I loved it, man. We used to go there to the Danbury Ice Arena, and it was like the beers were cheap, the food was cheap.
Yep.
People got shitty and drunk, and just it was just a freaking mob scene.
They tell you in the documentary that the whole thing was we want this to be a fucking rowdy hockey team.
Yeah.
And we want to be known for we don't take no shit, and if you come in our house, we're gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
The guy in the fucking Trashers mascot costume was a mob enforcer, allegedly.
Allegedly. Well, didn't they have that? Speaking of allegedly, didn't they chop somebody up in that Italian restaurant that was around?
Oh,
the
I
corner
don't
from
know.
there? Oh, yeah.
I know they set a garbage truck on fire with a guy in it because it was a competing garbage company and that was coming into Danbury, and they're like, not in our town.
Oh, my God. No, yeah. I mean, I remember hearing some rumor there was an Italian restaurant on the... I've never been in it. But it was right next to Tuxedos. They had that little alleyway to go out into the main street. There was an Italian restaurant there that, I can't tell you if anybody actually went to it. It was probably allegedly mob run, but they did find somebody chopped up in there. Old school kind of hacksawed him.
I mean, I'm not going to pretend it was Academy Award quality documentary. The only reason I was invested is because it was the Danbury Trashers, and they're talking about, remember that time, that guy down on Mill Street? Let's take care of that. I'm like, I know where that is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, back in the day, we're talking, well, obviously when I was in college in the early 90s, but then afterwards, till about maybe from the 90s to 2005, 6, 7, around that area, there was some good original music, between Tuxedo Junction, our buddy Mike, when he used to book there, he would get, national acts there, because it was a great place because it was a band would play New York City or they play Hartford and they have a day off in between. Why not play Danbury? I saw so many fucking bands, and I've played so many times at Tuxedo Junction. I saw freaking Life Agony there. I saw Monster Magnet there. I saw Oasis there. I saw the Ramones there, Hatebreed, all these bands, and of course all the metal bands like the Rats and the Warrants and the Slaughters and all that stuff. They would get everybody on the way up, and then would get everybody on the way down. So it was like
And this is Tuxedos?
Tuxedo Junction, yeah.
That's where I saw Bad Religion.
Yeah, like Bad Religion played there. A lot of bands back in the day, and it
That
was
band Product of Society played there too. They never made it anywhere though.
No, those guys fucking blew. Between that,
They
and
they had
Rock
Seven Dust open for them.
Exactly. That was a good one. It was us, Sean's old band, which was Hester Prynne and the Adulterers. Then it was Seven Dust and Finger 11 opened up for us. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And we got there, and it was one of those things, like the same thing that happened to us with Life of Agony, where you play a show and Mike's like, yeah, we were doing it for our tour because we had put out a record on Mascot, and we were going to tour the U.S. for it, even though it came out in Europe, which, go figure. But we couldn't get to Europe, so we said, yeah, shit, we're going to fucking tour the U.S. So we booked a tour for a month, and we had this, like, going away concert, like, going away show. Because, we used to pull some heads there. We headlined the show, and I remember Mike Morey, who used to book at Tuxedo Junction, he goes, yeah, we got this band. They just got signed to TVT. They just put out a record. It's this band, Seven Dust. And we're like, all right, yeah, they can open up for us. So give them like $50 or something like that.
Oh, my God.
And Finger 11, I remember those guys, too, because they had a hit of some sort that I can't even remember the name of it. It was Hypnotize or something. But they were good. And then Seven Dust, the coolest people in the world, man. That Southern hospitality, like Georgia, like, hey, how y'all doing? And they fucking destroyed. We were like, shit, we gotta play after those guys. They freaking destroyed, and then the rest is history. But those are always. I always tell people, if you're in a band and you are really just trying to go for it, play every freaking show. Doesn't matter. Tuesday, 2 a.m. If you're young, give yourself to like 18 to 30, right?
Right.
Go out. We played every shithole, every venue, and sometimes you played to nobody. A lot of times you played with a Life of Agony or a freaking Seven Dust or something like that, because after that Seven Dust show, cut to a year later, now we're opening up for Seven Dust at Seven Willow, and the place is fucking packed. Same thing happened with Life of Agony. So you can never discount a show, and you always go in like you're playing a freaking arena. At least that's how we used to do it. But I digress. So yeah, I'm excited to watch that thing on the Trashers, because that was back in the day. I mean, now they're still trying to do it in Danbury at the they it's still cheap beers, and they make.
But what goes on at the Danbury Ice Arena?
They have hockey games.
Okay, because the Trashers only lasted, I'm just looking at it, from 2004 to 2006.
Yeah, it was short-lived, but then they changed it to the Whalers, and then it's like they made a Danbury Whalers, which was kind of lame. But there is minor league hockey there, and you go, and like I said, the tickets are cheap, the beers are cheap. They have these freaking churros I see online that are like the size of your head.
It's Danbury, the women are cheap.
Yeah, exactly. You can get a good rub and tug around the corner.
Whoa!
I mean,
Allegedly.
Allegedly. There's a couple of good rub and tugs around there, allegedly.
I would not know.
From what I hear, I have never paid for a hand job because, quite frankly, I can do it myself for free.
Probably better.
Yeah, I know what I like. Yeah, back then. Now, from what I've heard, I know my kids actually sang the national anthem at one of the hockey games, and they were like, it was embarrassing because the people were already shit-faced.
Oh, yeah.
Boo, Trump 2020. It was just bad. But yeah, if you're in the area.
Sounds like a Renegades game.
Exactly. So yeah, that's a good one to watch. I'm going to have to write that down. So, and that's on Netflix.
Yep.
And what was the name of it again?
Untold Crime and Penalties. There's a whole series of the Untold.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Netflix. There's a Caitlyn Jenner episode on there. There's a couple other now that I've seen it that I want to watch.
Oh, Caitlyn.
Untold. Let's see. There's the Caitlyn Jenner one. There's this Deal with the Devil, which is about some female boxer. And then Crime and Penalties. Malice at the Palace, all about the fucking fight at the Bucks game between the team and the fans.
Oh, no,
There was
I don't know about
fist
that.
fight. More info. Let's see. Yeah, key figures in the infamous 2004 incident between players and fans at the NBA game in Michigan. That's what it was. Discuss the fight and the fallout.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, and I think the last episode did we talk about that Woodstock one I was watching? Because I think I went on a rant about freaking Limp Bizkit.
Oh, yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I watched that and it was like...
They try to blame new metal on freaking that
okay.
whole thing, and I was just like, okay, yeah, let's.
Justin was there. My buddy Justin was there, and he said he was part of the people knocking down the fucking wall.
Oh yeah, I mean,
But you get in that scene. I mean, it's just mob mentality. That's what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you're charging $15 for water. There's nowhere to piss. There's nowhere to shit. Shit's gonna happen. You can't blame freaking.
I mean, we went to
corn.
that was it Lollapalooza? I think it was the Lollapalooza. The toilets were overflowing. You opened up the door and it was just filled to the top and piss and shit all over the floor. It's like, why am I even going in there?
No,
I'm just gonna piss on the ground right out here.
no. I will say those Lollapaloozas though were a lot more organized and better, and
Early on.
Yeah.
The later ones, when they started getting like top billed fucking top 40 bands, it just became like a shit show.
Yeah.
And nothing against them. I mean, we went to the one with Metallica where your fucking car broke down on the way home.
Oh my god, yeah.
And that one was the one that the fucking toilets were overflowing with shit.
That's when I think the Lollapaloozas started to go down, because they booked Metallica as the headliner. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm a Metallica fan. I love that shit. But it was so funny because in the past Lollapaloozas, they had a lot of alternative acts. Like, I saw so many good bands play, whether it was,
Chili Peppers, period.
the Beastie Boys, fucking Cypress Hill, Beck, Parliament Funkadelic, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Like, there were some great shows.
Yep.
And then when they did Metallica, I remember that because the whole crowd consisted of a whole bunch of these, like, alternative kids, and then a bunch of sunburned, like, metal dudes going like, where the hell, what the hell is all this shit?
Yeah.
And Metallica was good. It was like right when they did the load reload shit, and it was people, they cut their hair and everybody was panicking because of a haircut. But yeah, like going to those shows on Randall's Island, I was talking to my girl about that, how you used to take from where we used to take the subway down to 125th, and
Okay.
then you'd get off there in Harlem, and then you would jump on a bus to take you over to Randall's Island if you weren't driving.
Right.
But I remember that too, because you'd be in the middle of Harlem and there would be a bunch of freaking kids with like tie-dye shirts, and all the people living there going, who the fuck are these people? But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Did you go to the first Lollapalooza?
I think no. I started at like the third.
I went to the second one. I missed the first one because I was away in California, actually. It was just like... So that first one was Jane's Addiction, of course, but
Yeah.
Susie and the Banshees, Living Color, Nine Inch Nails,
Wow.
Ice-T and Body Count,
Yeah.
Butthole Surfers,
Okay.
the Rollins Band, and Violent Femmes and Fishbone.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a good one. And I think the first one I went to, they were all blur, because I couldn't tell you, like,
Oh,
because
yeah.
we used to go every year. And like I said, a lot of those bands you saw, like, I remember we went and Parliament Funkadelic was playing, and everybody left. Like, me and Walter just walked right up to the front of the stage. We're like, why is everybody walking away? P-Funk's playing. And they were amazing. And I think freaking Flavor Flav came out, and the weirdest thing I saw at one of the Lollapaloozas was people doing a circle pit to Tribe Called Quest. I was like, okay, that makes no sense. Wu-Tang Clan, that was good, but mental note, don't give 9 people a microphone at the same time. It just doesn't work. I know people were rapping at some point. All I just kept hearing was, yeah, give it raw, yeah, you know.
I went up to the one in Saratoga, second one with Walter.
Okay.
And that was the days of like freaking sneaking in vodka in a saline solution bottle.
Of course.
But main stage, the headline was Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
And the co-main was Ministry. And then you had Ice Cube, Soundgarden, Jesus and Mary Chain, Pearl Jam, and Lush.
Yeah.
And on the second stage, you had Rage Against the Machine, Tool, Porno for Pyros, Jim Rose and the Circus Sideshow were there, of course, doing their thing. But like, who else that we know? Stone Temple Pilots. And these are second stagers. Luscious Jackson. Like,
Yeah, the second stage always had some good ones, too. Like, some weird shit. Like, I remember seeing, like, the Fushnikins and Orbital was on one year on the second stage. And it was pretty open. You can kind of walk around. It was organized. But, yeah, like you said, once it started getting to, like, Metallica, shit like that, it just kind of went downhill. Now they do it, like, what, once a year in Chicago? It's like,
yeah. It's just, I mean, I think you were talking about the one in 94 where Smashing Pumpkins were the headliner.
Yes.
And the co-headline was fucking Beastie Boys and
Yep.
George Clinton and the P-Funk All-Stars.
Yes, yeah, that was a good one. And then there was one, it was always funny, too, because we would always leave it the headliner.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, a 1 year Smashing Pumpkins, you know, you get like 2 or 3 songs in, you're like, all right, I get it. You know, same with Sonic Youth. I love Sonic Youth. There was 1 year where Sonic
95.
Youth. 95, was it?
Yep.
Wow, we're fucking
The
old.
next year.
Yeah. We went to
But on your
Sonic
side stage, you had Coolio.
Youth. Yeah. And then I think it was the Sonic Youth one, was that was the one I think it had Soundgarden and Hole.
You had Sonic Youth, Hole, Cypress Hill, Pavement, Sinead O'Connor, Elastica, Moby, Beck, Jesus Lizard, and the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Yeah, that was a good year. And then there was 1 year where the Ramones played.
Wow.
There was Ramones and Rancid. I remember that
Right.
because Lars came out during the Ramones, and it was like
That was the year with
farewell.
Metallica.
Was that the year with Metallica?
Yeah, it was Metallica and Soundgarden with the Ramones and Rancid and Screaming Trees and
Screaming Trees.
and again, your second stage was fucking Rage Against the Machine, the Cocteau Twins,
the Cockatoo Twins.
Violent Femmes, Wu-Tang,
Why don't I remember Violent
yeah,
Femmes?
Steve Earle, Devo, and 311.
Jesus, man, and they were.
That was on the main stage on selected shows they
Oh,
played. I don't
okay.
know who played the show.
because I know Wu-Tang playing. Devo, I did not see. I would love to see Devo.
I remember, I think that was the one that I made sure I went over to the side stage because Moby was playing.
Okay.
And Ben Folds 5.
Yes. Yeah, I know we were both big into Ben Folds for a while.
Yeah.
Which I still am. I mean, I just don't pay attention.
I was just listening to them on the way here.
Oh boy.
So yeah, man, you know, it's a shame. I mean, obviously with COVID and all that crap, you know, we're not seeing a lot of these festivals come. You know, Europe always seemed to have gotten it right, you know. But the days of like Ozfest and Warped Tour and you know stuff like that, you don't really see anymore. Plus, you know, I hate to sound like an old man, but I think I'm at the age now where I'm like, yeah, I don't want to fucking camp out for 3 days and see shit. You know, it's tough enough to get me into a show with like, you know, 2 bands, you know, or I'm like, oh, there's like 4 bands playing tonight. Oh my God. You know, I just want to like see the headliner, see the opener, get the fuck out, you know?
Dude, that was fucking the Descendants show. Me and Manny down in Asbury Park. It was like Descendants were the opener for, what the fuck is that band? Rise Against.
Yeah. We talked about that. That's insane. But I mean, to me, that would be almost like a score because I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to see the Descendants and then leave early.
Yeah, and I think it worked because they weren't promoting like a new album of new songs. It was remastering all their old, like their original songs. So I think that's why they could go as the non-headliner, as the opener, the second opener, co-headline.
Yeah, but you also got to figure that, you know, they're a legacy band. So
Right.
It's cool that a band like Rise Against, even though I'm not a huge fan of Rise Against, the fact that they would bring a band like that, you know, to give them, you know, props. Because you do see
Oh,
like
yeah.
a lot of, you know, you see a lot of these like headlining bands and they'll bring just like some shit. I mean, there's certain bands that will bring good openers. You know, like Bouncing Souls. Every time I saw the Bouncing Souls at Terminal 5, which I saw them twice with Daryl, they would. I mean, their opener was Sick of It All, and the second time we saw them was 7 Seconds. I was like, you know, they're not afraid to put a band that's going to bring it in front of them because they know they're like, yeah, people are going to come to see us, but you know, they're giving that cosign to either a legacy band like both of those bands. I mean, even though Bouncing Souls has been around for a while, I mean, you know, Sick of It All in 7 Seconds, I mean, they're like 25, 30 years they've been around, you know? So to give them that opening slot to a full crowd, I mean, you know, you got to do that. I mean, I used to do it all the time with bands where, you know, people go, oh, you like Green Day? Well, you should listen to Descendants. Oh, you like Rancid? Well, you should listen to The Exploited. Kind of shit like that, you know? You don't really see that much anymore, really. I mean,
No.
You know, I am going to see Guns N' Roses next week, and Mammoth, like I said, is opening up, and they're, you know, that's not really a big deal. But, like, Metallica was always good with that. They always had good opening bands. Like, even recently, they had Gojira and freaking Machine Head. Oh, I love Gojira. A little French metal there for you. If you want to check out, you know, if you want a recommendation of a band, Gojira, go down the rabbit hole with those guys. But yeah, they always got, like, those people and, like, Machine Head and stuff like that, you know. But it's a shame, you know, like, some of these bands, like, you know, you see a band that's really popular like that, and they're not going to give props to maybe a band that's been around 20 or 30 years to give them that cosign, you know, where, like...
Well, that shows confidence in a band in their fan base and their own music that they'll have...
Yeah, they don't want to get blown off the stage. I remember we're going down the concert rabbit hole for this episode, but one of the shows I saw at the Sting in New Britain, it used to be this, like, airport hangar that they made into a concert venue out in New Britain, Connecticut. I saw Green Day there during the Dookie tour. It was phenomenal. But one of the shows we saw was Danzig and Marilyn Manson and Korn. Now, it was Korn's first record. It was Marilyn Manson's first record. Nobody knew who the fuck they were. Those two bands destroyed.
I first saw Marilyn Manson at the Pepsi Arena in Albany opening up for Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
And I was like, these guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was their first record.
And that's crazy in a good way. Like,
oh, yeah. Like, the Sting probably held, I want to say, like, 1,500, maybe 2,000 tops. Place was packed, you know. And I was, you know, I've been a huge Misfits fan and Danzig and Samhain and all that stuff, you know. So I was excited to see Danzig. I knew of Korn because our buddy Pete went to, when he was, you know, we were in a band together, he went to Foundations Forum and caught them at the conference, and he said, dude, you gotta listen to this band, they're freaking amazing. Marilyn Manson, I didn't really know that much. All I can say is, like, Korn, they came, you know, obviously they started with Blind. I think the minute they said, oh, are you ready? I got a boot to my head. Lost my glasses, you know, typical fucking, I'm like the Velma of freaking, I'm a male Velma. Oh, gee, I lost my glasses. So that, then Marilyn Manson comes out, right? Now, luckily, I was able to, I said, after Korn, I got my ass beat. I was like, all right, I'm going off to the side, drink a few beers, you know, kind of catch my breath here.
right.
And watch Manson from the side. Now, I remember one part of the show, he goes, all right, on the count of 3, I want everybody in this crowd to spit on me. 1, 2, 3. I just see a river of spit go towards the stage.
Oh, COVID.
Oh, yeah. Think about that. Talk about your fucking swabs. And then the last song they do is Lunchbox. Marilyn, in the middle of the song, Marilyn throws his mic stand at the drummer. Drums go everywhere. He strips completely naked and just walks off stage. And then comes Danzig. And as big
How
of
do
a-
you follow that?
Yeah. I mean, if you read Manson's book, which I highly recommend, the autobiography he wrote like years ago,
Right.
he talks about that tour and how he used to bring it every fucking night, and then he would go to Glenn Danzig and be like, all right, top that, fucker. You know, like, and as huge as a Danzig fan I was, I stayed for like 3 songs where I was like, yeah, this is boring. Like, they just came out, I am a boy in a band. I was just like, I'm not into this. I left. I was shot, and I remember that at my girlfriend at the time, she got her ass pinched by the bass player of Korn, and she was so mad. And I was like, "Well, that's cool," And then after that, that was one of those bands where you see them early, and then cut to, a year later or an album cycle later, and they're playing fucking Roseland. You're like, holy shit! So it goes that fast. So I do. I'm anxious to see. Like I said,
the way up is just as fast as the way down.
Oh yeah, like I said, all those years playing at Tuxedos, we saw a lot of bands on the way up and a lot of bands on the way down. So, for all the ones that we played where Seven Dust opens up for us, or we open up for Life Agony on their first record and all that stuff. There were a lot of shows when we did our 80s metal stuff, Rockarazzi, where we opened up for Quiet Riot, Warrant, Slaughter, all those bands, and they still acted like they were in freaking Madison Square Garden. I remember Rat said that they wouldn't play because they didn't get the right kind of juice. My friend Mike was like, guess what? You're fucking going on stage. I don't give a shit about High C or Juicy Juice. You're going to get the fuck on stage. They still thought that they were playing fucking the Meadowlands. It's like, no, that ain't happening.
Jesus Christ.
But I am excited to get back into concerts. Like I said, Guns N' Roses is next week. Circle Jerks is
next year. Maybe.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed. I mean...
Well, there's already concerts and shit getting canceled because of the fucking Delta.
Yeah.
Anyway, Delta my balls.
Yeah, I don't want to get involved in that. I am in Mayapack, which there are plenty of maskers out there. There's a lot of non-vaxxers, which, like I said, don't want to get political. But, shit, the amount of garbage that I put in my body over the years, I think a shot or two would be fine. So, yeah, enough about this concert stuff. Anyway, is there anything music-wise? I mean...
Look, the only music thing, and they're not even new. They're so fucking old, but I don't know how I've never heard of this band.
Okay.
They are called, and again, it's just one of those, like, when you're doing, like, Descendants Radio or whatever on Spotify, and they start playing other shit. What the hell's the name of it? Is it MXPX?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're good. They've been around for a long time. I've checked out some of their stuff
They're
before.
described as Christian punk.
Are they?
But because they had one album that like got categorized like that, they get fucking pigeonholed. But they got that pop punk sound.
Yeah,
they're fun to listen to. They're good for me. I like it because it's good running workout music.
Yeah, they were one of those bands where it was definitely pop punk. They have the one character like a Milo that they have on every album cover. Yep. Skate punk kind of stuff. They're great. Yeah. I mean, speaking of Spotify, actually, if you do listen to this podcast on Spotify, like we said, give us a like, give us a comment, especially on Apple Podcasts. We'd love to see some reviews. Share that stuff. On Spotify, though, we do have a Spotify playlist for the show, so we'll put it in the description of the pod in the episode. But check it out. Any of these bands that we talk about on this show, we are putting on there. So if you go on there now, there's a bunch of songs from the past episodes that we talked about. We'll put MXPX on there. We'll even throw on some freaking old school Marilyn Manson or whatever.
I added the one MXPX song that I have in my liked playlist, and I added that Weezer Enter Sandman, their version of Enter Sandman.
Oh yeah. That was
just because it's fun.
Yeah. So any of these bands that we talk about, like I said, I put a bunch of stuff on there. John's been putting a bunch of stuff on there, and it is collaborative. So, follow it, like it on Spotify with the episode of the show. And
in one fell swoop, we are on, ready for this? We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Amazon Music and Audible, TuneIn, which gets you through Alexa.
Okay.
iHeartRadio, and I'm waiting for the final approval from Pandora.
All right.
They take a little bit longer.
When do we get on Pornhub?
Dude, I've been on Pornhub for years.
Yeah, Pornhub, X-Hamster, all those good ones.
Hello, cutie pie.
That's right.
Get me some water wings.
Bitch. Bitch.
Where do you want to touch me, Arnold?
Asshole.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Arnold. Whoa, you know what that's like.
Two-headed monsters.
That's right. Two-headed monsters.
What monsters? Oh my!
Nobody
yeah.
wants anything to do with me because...
One ugly motherfucker.
That's right, Arnold. I'm one ugly motherfucker.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Oh, I got that on here.
I'm sure you do. Even like, it's not that Tuma.
John Kimball.
I'm Detective John Kimball.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
I bet you are.
So we talked music. Yeah. So MX, what's the song on MXPX that you like? I'm curious because there's only one song I know by them that I listen to.
Hope I don't get kicked for this shit.
Fair use. Give it like 10 seconds.
Why isn't it playing? Oh, because I got that turned off.
And live to see another day. When you feel your stomach turn it in a hurry. Mouth dry, hands shaking, vision blurry from the bad economy.
Yeah.
It's called Worries.
Yeah, they're right up there with the. It's funny, like MXPX, NoFX, all that shit. You know.
Yeah.
Fat Mike's my hero. I freaking love that guy. Come on, was it Shakes the Clown? It's freaking awesome.
God.
He's a Renaissance man, and he's a sub. So good on him.
Good on him.
Yeah, his girl liked to beat the shit out of him, and we're all for that. But as far as the music MXPX, as far as music goes for me, I'm trying to think of anything that I was listening to recently. Man, yeah, like I said, some of this new music. I mean, that's what we need you guys for. If you comment on these streams, tell us some music that we should be listening to, because I think we're both in that time where we're old, and I'm one of those guys. Hip hop hasn't been good since 1999. Like, oh, okay. So here's an interesting thing. My children, when we went down to the Jersey Shore, right? Which I did put pictures up there. I did see Karma, so fist pump everybody. The shit that they listen to, it's, I'm starting to sound like my father, because I'd be listening to Motley Crue and Van Halen and stuff, and he'd be like, what the hell is this crap? Listen to Chicago. And I'm like, okay. And I appreciated Chicago and the stuff that he really liked as I got older, right?
Right.
My kids, the hip-hop that they listen to is fucking horrible. Doja Cat? I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. My Mila listens to that.
Have you heard the freaking... Now I'm starting to sound like an old
Call
man.
me mommy. Or something.
I can't even say it. And my kids are listening to this. I was like, have you ever seen an African American girl? So it just the N-word and shit, pussy and fuck and all this stuff. And
Woman. That's the song that Mila plays all the time.
oh, see, I heard ain't shit. I mean, she could spit some rhymes, but holy crap, dude. I've noticed that every song sounds like sick it, fuck it, fucking, take it, sick it. So after, oh yeah, that's a good one. After about
Die.
10 minutes of freaking Doja Cat and, stuff like that, I said, all right, girls, it's time to put on some old school hip hop. Like, this shit is garbage. I hate to sound like an old man, but
you are an old man.
This mumble rap crap is garbage. And I put on old school hip hop. We got some freaking Biz Markie. We got some freaking, Cool Mo D, EPMD, Tribe Called Quest, Public Enemy, and they were like, I don't like this. This is not good. I was like, oh, but N-word ain't shit. That's a song that you should be blasting. I just don't get it. Freaking Nicki Minaj, come on, man. Really?
Some bubblegum bitch.
I was like, it's fine. Like I said, I don't like to throw shade and hate and all that crap. I said, I promote what's great, not what you hate. But at the same time, man, come on. If you're listening to Nicki Minaj and I put on freaking Missy Elliott, you're going to tell me Missy Elliott's not as good as freaking Nicki Minaj? Like, come on.
Nope.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop with this hip hop stuff. You got to freaking go back, man. You got to go back to the old school. I'm not even talking about the punk bands too. Those are great.
Oh my God, what's his name? Okay,
Who's what?
Brain Fart
Oh, okay.
song I heard
Oh, yeah. I don't know anything.
that I was not impressed with at all.
I'm not impressed with any of this shit.
No. So not to sidebar too far, but music wise, you made me think about it. Tom Morello.
Okay.
He has a fucking show, channel, whatever, on XM.
Okay.
But he played the version of, it's him and Eddie Vedder and somebody else doing an AC/DC song.
I'm on the highway to hell. Was it that? I'm trying to do my Eddie Vedder. I do like. I mean, the latest Pearl Jam record that came.
Yeah,
out a
Highway
year
to
or
Hell.
so ago. Yeah.
It's Eddie Vedder, Tom Morello, and Bruce Springsteen.
Oh my God, that's horrible. In Jersey, whoa.
Well, it's Eddie Vedder singing, and they had done it at a show in Australia.
Okay.
And Tom Morello tells the story of like during COVID, they did like a fucking Skype call and recorded them doing the song, and you can tell it was fucking recorded from a Skype call because it's all just a little bit off.
Yeah. What's this?
What the hell?
I don't know what the hell that was. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Bruce Springsteen. You know, I'm trying to look at my. I just had a freaking. That's the actual recording.
Yeah.
Come
I can't.
I
It
love.
made me laugh so hard. I was like, why am I listening? At like 10 seconds in, I was like, I'm fucking done. Tap it out.
Don't get me wrong. I love Pearl Jam. I don't go as deep as some people.
No.
I mean, Bruce Springsteen, "Darkness on the Edge of Town," one of my favorite records. A lot of his stuff, his early stuff. Don't do AC/DC. Nobody should do AC/DC. Honestly,
No.
that should be one of our rank episodes. We'll talk about freaking AC/DC records, but you know,
Or bad covers.
bad covers. That would be an interesting one. I mean, you know, I don't fall. I like when bands do covers of songs and they kind of make it their own.
Well, there's bad covers and there's good covers.
Yeah, but there's a couple. What is that one record? There's a few bands that have put out cover records. All right, you want to go deep down the rabbit hole of bad cover records? Trickster did a covers record.
You know what? I'm going to call someone, and I guarantee they will have the world's worst cover, their opinion of the world's worst cover.
Okay. Ooh, is it phone time, everybody?
It is. Let's see if they pick up.
We need a theme song. Oh, the anticipation. It always gets me.
Is it ringing?
I can't hear it.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
here
Hopefully,
we go.
hopefully it's not the wrong. This person has 3 numbers in my phone.
3 numbers. That's a hint.
You've reached 914-924.
Oh, come on!
Oh, I know who that is. See, now you ruined it. Spoiler alert. I'll text him, see if he's...
I texted him the other day too
Oh, you did? And what did he say?
that he'd be available.
Come on, man. Come on the phone. That's all right. We'll get him on later.
Oh, I told him. I was like, he's like, sounds good, and I was like, oh man, now my dick is hard.
Oh, boy.
He's like, glad I still have the magic. I was like, not only that, I was worried it didn't work anymore.
Are you texting him or should I?
I texted him.
Okay.
Maybe he'll call, and if he calls me, we'll get like the ringy dingy dingy. I should totally put like I gotta give him a custom ringtone.
Oh yeah, it's it's gonna be an Iron Maiden one. Spoiler alert, in case you.
Vagina biscuits. Hello. Oh, what's going on here?
Come on.
Oh, hold on. There we go. All right, there we go. You there?
I am here.
There he
Yay!
What up?
Oh,
How you doing, buddies?
We were literally just talking about bad fucking cover songs because I mentioned the fact that Tom Morello, Bruce Springsteen, and Eddie Vedder did a cover of Highway to Hell.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, you know who will know what the worst cover song ever is? And then I tried to call you and you didn't answer.
you son of a bitch.
Oh, balls.
What's going on, brother?
How you doing, man?
Good, man. You know, we're recording a new episode, putting it out tomorrow. And,
It's also streaming
Love
live.
it.
it's streaming
Love it,
live
love
if
it.
you're on the Facey pages and the Tweety Bamagoos,
The
and all
Tweety
that
Birds
crap.
and
LinkedIn, Pornhub, all that stuff. So
Oh, I'm
Who
excited.
told
Thank you,
can't
thank you,
fuck my
thank you.
wife?
oh, that one wasn't loud enough. Wait, hold on. Shh,
Oh,
ready?
I
This-
heard it. Trust me.
Did everybody else hear the?
Who told you can't fuck my wife?
you said it.
Oh, that's my all-time favorite. I got to admit.
That's right.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
Mabatuma.
yeah.
It's
So
Mabatuma.
we wanted to get you on, you know, obviously
I appreciate it.
because we love you, and
Oh, I love you guys
we
back.
we were just chatting about, you know, obviously music and how, like, you know, all the music right now just sounds like robots fucking.
Yeah,
It's
right.
you know, there really isn't, like, we were trying to think of bands that are out that are new that people might want to get turned on to. I know you kind of had
You
your
know,
ear
it's-
to the fucking floor with some of the
Yeah,
metal
you
and
know,
stuff.
Exactly. You know, it's really funny that you mention that because, you know, I stay true to the roots, right? I mean, I will always be the Iron Maiden guy.
Oh, I love the
that
Roots.
is
They're on that
always-
TV show, aren't they? Jimmy Fallon's
Yes, they
band?
are. Yes, they are. They are, you know, they will. You're such a jackass, but they will always be my band, right?
Yeah.
But you know, with a lot of the bands that, you know, we grew up with, that are kind of fading out a little bit, or you know, with the whole COVID thing and everything else, there are a few bands that I've gotten into more on the power metal scene. Unleash the Archers, which I actually found by accident. I was on Instagram and some guy was trying to play the intro to the song Awakening. And the guy was like, oh, I can't do this. This is too hard. And I wound up going on to Spotify and checking out this band. And they are from Canada and they are absolutely unbelievable. And I'm actually seeing them down at Bleecker Street on the 8th.
Okay. And what's the name of
and
the
then-
band again?
Unleash the Archers.
Unleash the Archers. Yeah, we'll put them on the Spotify playlist. for
Yeah,
the podcast.
Awakening is the song. Awakening's
That's
unbelievable.
the jam right there.
That's the jam. And then I got into Seven Kingdoms, who is out on tour with Unleash the Archers as well. They're another power metal band, and they're out of Florida.
Oh, you got
just
to watch out for them Florida bands.
ridiculous vocals. I mean, the whole band is they're just solid. And Orden Ogan is another band out of Germany. Actually, they're a big symphonic, melodic, power metal-y band. Amazing, you know. They're never a Maiden. They will never be.
No,
but,
of course not.
You know, they're a solid group of bands there to listen to.
Yeah, now we actually wanted to talk to you about the new singles that came out from Maiden. Obviously,
Yeah.
you love them to death. You know?
Yeah,
We
to
need
death,
your.
man,
We
to
need
death.
your. What's the word I'm looking for? Mikey's.
my take.
Not just your take, but like
Hashtag hot take.
you are the go-to for Maiden. I mean, they're your band.
They are my band. They will
Yeah,
always
but-
be my band.
Yeah, you're a little biased though. I mean, they could put out. a
But
thing
you know
like
what though?
Steve Harris taking a shit, and you'd be like, "Oh, they're great."
You're
you know, but-
biased, but like if it's shit, you're gonna say it's not that good.
You know what? You're absolutely right. And I got to be honest with you. I mean, I thought that the first single, Writing on the Wall,
Right.
was not what I thought it was going to be. I mean, it actually took me 3 or 4 listens to really, I guess, appreciate what they were trying to accomplish. I mean, because
Okay.
I wasn't sold on it the first time, I have to admit. And maybe it was because I was watching the video, because they put out like that little comic movie or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, it was.
And I got to tell you, I was like, what the fuck is this? This didn't seem right. So then once I kind of shut the video off and I just listened to the song again. I was like, all right, this is kind of got like a country twangy kind of a feel to it, and it's definitely got its Maiden pieces. You can definitely tell the solos are Maiden-esque.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I expected to be the first single off that album that they were going to say, and I can understand why people were kind of let down by it, I think. But then again, you also have to understand these guys are in their mid-60s, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, how many albums do they have out at this point?
At least 18.
And they're putting
if
out
not
new
more with
stuff.
all their-
It's 18 more than I got.
Yeah.
But I
Maiden's
mean,
legal
it's, hey now. So the second single, I'm still not 100% sold on. I mean, it's okay,
Wow,
but
okay.
I haven't listened to it as much as the other one, and you could tell. Bruce
Yeah,
is-
I mean, Writing on the
Bruce
Wall
is,
did grow
you
on
know.
me after a few listens. I was like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's better than I mean, I think, Book of Souls is good.
Oh my God, yeah.
I like
mean-
the whole.
That was how many years in the making, though?
Yeah, I mean that was
That
what?
was a long time.
Yeah, I mean that was 2015, I think it was, right?
Yep.
Or was
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, like I had read-
15, 16, something like that.
Yeah, I had read something about like, oh, it's their first album since 2015, and I was like, really? It didn't seem like it was
Yeah.
that long. But yeah, it's one of those things too. Like, I mean, it's good that you're mentioning some of these new metal bands because I get kind of out of it. I know you're more into like the power metal and the thrash and stuff like that. I mean, I tend to go back to a lot of the old school ones, like, and those old school thrash bands, like, they're still putting out some freaking killer music.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
the new Destruction
without a
is
doubt.
great. The new,
Oh my God, that's ridiculous. And Exodus has got a new song out now, and I'm actually seeing them out on tour in October out in New Jersey at the Starland Ballroom. They got Testament, Death Angel, and Exodus.
Oh my!
So how the hell could I not see that, right? But
No,
the new
that
song
new
from Exodus is incredible.
Oh,
Oh
that's-
my God.
That's killer. That's why when you hear stuff like that, and then you hear the main one, you're like, "Come on, man, Exodus is the." I mean, hopefully Tom will be playing drums by October.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. I mean, they got John Tempesta covering for him for the tour for the time being, anyway.
Yeah,
so
which not too shabby.
He's no
but I mean, come
slouch
on,
either.
it's
Yeah,
fucking Tom Hunting.
he's not
man.
Tom. He's not Tom Hunting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I've tried to stay as true to the thrash roots as I can.
Yeah,
but there are a lot of other bands that I'm listening to that I think the listening audience will like.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. I mean, we'll definitely put
So-
those guys on the playlist.
I put that song Awakenings on the playlist already.
Yeah, because we
Oh
had
my
already
God.
we had talked about, like, I think in the past episodes, maybe. I mean, past episodes we had what?
The last
third one? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But we were talking about. I think we had mentioned on one of the episodes where we were like, these bands that are putting out the stuff. I mean, the old school ones, the Exodus and the Destruction and the Creator and all
Yeah.
that stuff, still putting out great stuff. But there's gonna come a time. I mean, like with Judas Priest, it's like how many original members now are there? Like 2. These bands are gonna
Yeah.
start. These bands are gonna start going away, and we're gonna have to. Like, who's gonna take that mantle? There really is
there's really there. You're right. There really isn't any up and coming, true to form heavy metal bands. I mean, like once the Priests go and the Maidens go, I mean, you're right. Who is actually going to carry that mantle? I mean, it's going to
There's
be
nobody.
a lot of the power metal. There really isn't, in my opinion. I mean, Maiden and Priest are the standard.
Like, who's going to be that, like, next arena rock? I mean, people are talking about Avenged. We talked about Avenged Sevenfold and, Five Finger
Well, I
Death
mean, you
Punch
got
and stuff,
the
which
Five
I'm
Finger-
like,
yeah.
which I'm not really, yeah.
Yeah,
Two
okay.
of you.
Yeah.
They're it's not going to be a Metallica. It's not going to be an Exodus,
Yeah, no, I mean, you got the Slipknots, but
Yeah,
that's
they're still-
a different, but that's new metal, right?
Right.
I mean, I guess that's what you would classify them as. You got the Dragon Forces that are the straight power metal. You got the Airborns, which are very much in line with AC/DC.
Yeah.
I mean, both from Australia. Kind of. Then that's a great band too. Airborne
Yeah, but
is
even those guys
phenomenal.
are getting long in the tooth. A lot of these
They're all-
bands,
yeah,
even
exactly.
Slipknot, you could say, I mean, they got a bunch of
Yeah,
albums
you
out. They're
could.
young, but you know, they're
Yeah.
kind of like, who the fuck is going to
Yeah.
take over for that? So
No, I agree
hopefully,
with you. There really isn't anything.
yeah, and you know, a lot of the stuff that I've been listening to, as far as you know, I haven't really heard any like newer bands coming out with the guitar stuff. I mean, we had mentioned Dirty
Yeah.
Honey, who's opening up for the Black Crows, who are really
Right.
good. You know, the Rival Sons and stuff like that, but I don't see them packing a freaking arena.
No.
Like they don't
No,
have
I
those
don't.
like anthems. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see.
It will be.
And I know that you're also one of the things we haven't really talked about yet. We've been doing the music
Yeah.
for a lot on this,
Mhm.
but
Yep.
movie wise, has anybody seen the new Candyman yet?
Nope.
I have not.
Shit.
Oh,
Have you?
Yeah.
No, I want to see it, and I'm
I
trying
want
to
to see that.
I've been getting mixed reviews about it. People are saying like, I mean, the sequels to Candyman after the first one are fucking dog shit. I'll say it. And it's not a hot take. I mean,
No.
most people think they're dog shit, but this one is getting kind of mixed reviews. I'm interested to see what people think about it, because you know there are.
I mean, how many times though can the guy come back to freaking life though? I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
you know,
that's been the problem lately. It's just everything's getting rebooted, you know. So
Is it a reboot or is it a remake or?
now here's a term that I heard recently. They call it a requel, right?
a what?
A requel.
A requel?
Now, a requel is like
I'm definitely getting old because I don't know what the fuck that means.
well, it's like you saw the Halloween 2018,
Yeah.
right? Where basically
Yeah.
they reboot it, but they go, okay, this is directly after the first Halloween, so all those other sequels are non-canon, and this is supposed to be the true sequel.
Oh god.
So this Candyman is
that's
kind of like a
terrible.
requel, you know, where it's just like,
Okay.
hey, remember all those dog shit fucking sequels that came out? This one, like, and actually, I was listening to one of my favorite horror podcasts, Dead Meat. They were talking about they were telling about the requel, and who did it first was Leprechaun. They came out with
you
like,
got me pot of gold.
yeah, like Leprechaun Returns. They're like, okay, this is a direct sequel to the first one. You're like, okay, so all that time I invested
Wasn't
in the other
Jennifer
ones-
Aniston? Wasn't Jennifer Aniston in that first one?
Oh boy, yeah.
She was too, and Francis from freaking
Yeah,
Pee Wee's Big
right.
Adventure.
Oh,
That's
Francis.
right.
Hello, Francis.
Yeah, he's in it too. Which, by the way, if you're looking for a good horror, there was one that he did. The guy who played Francis in Pee Wee did one on John Wayne Gacy. Have you ever seen that one?
No,
Oh.
that would be interesting to see.
It was delicious. It was really. He did a really good. He did a really good Gacy. I was impressed.
Nice,
But he played.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think it's just called Gacy or something. It's an older movie. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean,
All right.
the horror stuff too. Like, you know, we're starting to see a little bit of it coming back. You know, obviously, you know, with COVID. and everything.
It doesn't hold as much, I guess, sentiment for the newer generation as it did for us. I mean, we grew up on the Friday the 13th and the Halloweens and
Yeah.
the Nightmare on Elm Streets back when it was like splatter. Because
Yeah.
that's really what it was, you know. That's the good stuff. I mean, you know, shit. We watched Faces of Death and we thought that was awesome back, back in the day, right?
Oh God, I
For these
remember
kids- These kids, that's a Saturday on YouTube.
I know, right? That's rotten.com.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because I remember going back. We talk about back in the day a lot on here too, where we talk about. Just to give you a little recap on our buddy Mike here on the phone. I mean, in the summer breaks and stuff, it would always be the same thing. I'd get a phone call. It'd be Mike. Be like, "Hey man, what's up? Nothing. What are you doing? Nothing. You want to come over? All right, cool." And then we'd go to the video store.
Oh my God,
and
the video store.
we saw. I think at one summer we must have rented every single shitty horror movie that was out there.
That and other shitty things.
Well, yeah. If you go past that door with the beads, you know, we had some of those.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know,
Would that be the one that is where the UFC gym in Mayapack is now?
Yeah, it's exactly what it was.
there was that one in the Mayapack video. Who was the guy who drove through the drive-thru? I remember because back then we're talking like 80s. they had
Yeah.
a drive-through window to return your videotapes, and that was like not even
man.
Blockbuster in Hollywood were doing that. So
Wow.
there was one kid, I forget who it was, who drove into the building by mistake.
Let us know. Let us
did
know in
he?
the comments, people.
Yeah, we used to joke, we'd be like, "Man, he really wanted that new release." He just freaking drove right into the building. But yeah, we
That's
used to.
right.
I mean, I remember visiting.
Every shitty horror movie, and it was like no names. It was like Bob's horror movie.
Yeah.
and it was just pure crap. And you wonder how the hell anybody. Well, we were the idiots who rented it, so go figure. But
well, back then
You had to
there
laugh
was
at it.
yeah, there was no YouTube or anything, so it was like
No.
you would just rent a horror movie, just from the box, the cover on the box. Like Visiting
Yes.
Hours, I remember.
Yeah, oh,
the ones
yeah,
that
with
stick
the,
into
with
my
the
head are
hospital with the skulls, and
Yeah.
what was it, Ghost Ship?
Ghost
and,
Ship, popcorn.
Buy a bag, go home in a box.
Oh yeah,
Oh
like,
my god.
all those movies
was
are
great.
classic, But yeah, nowadays, I mean, as far as horror movies go for me, I mean, the only ones really that have been, I did enjoy the new Halloween ones. They were good. I mean, there's only the one so far. They got the new one coming out in October.
Yeah.
But Don't Breathe was a good one.
Don't breathe. I
Now,
did not see that one.
Is that with what the fuck is his name?
Well, they just came out with a sequel, which I haven't seen the sequel
Manny
yet.
said it was fucking horrible.
Oh, the sequel?
Really?
Well, they tried to make
sequel?
the villain into like a good guy. They tried to
Yep.
T2 that shit, and I'm like, you can't T2. I mean, if you just if you watch Don't Breathe, the first one, it's really good. It was directed by a guy and written by the guy who did the Evil Dead remake, which, obviously the Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 are classics, right? But
of
they
course.
redid which that's another example of a requel, right? They freaking said, "Oh yeah, this is a direct sequel to whatever," and it was actually,
okay.
if you get a chance to watch the Evil Dead remake, I highly recommend it, man. It went for it. It
Really?
was fucking gory as hell, creepy.
Nice.
I think the
No,
guy's
did
name.
they use like classic
They didn't.
horror stuff, like where the blood is like pumped out and it's not all CGI and
No,
high-tech?
it's if you. The Evil Dead ones obviously are funny as hell, and they're low budget.
They're
and
classics.
they're
I
goofy.
mean, how could you not? I mean, with Bruce Campbell in the lead, those were the great ones.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Well, those still hold up, but like
without a doubt.
this new Evil Dead one that came out a while back, I think the guy's name, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but he's Freddy Alvarez, I think his
Yeah.
name is.
Fetty Alvarez. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I don't.
he did the Evil Dead remake, and it wasn't goofy. It was a little CGI, but it was fucking creepy as shit.
He's the writer
All right.
of Don't Breathe and Don't Breathe too,
Yeah, and Don't Breathe.
and the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that's coming out.
Ooh, I got to see that one. I'm always a fan of those.
Yeah,
Is that going to be, what did you call them? They're not
a requel?
a requel.
It might be a requel. Who knows?
Another
So
sequel
I'm
to the original.
subjecting myself to a requel. Oh God,
All those crappy,
That's terrible.
all those crappy
all those
sequels.
crappy. Oh, they're terrible. I say.
They don't hold up. See, you got to rewrite the whole thing and just reboot.
What's
Oh,
wrong
that's
with
just-
the original?
Yeah.
Why do you gotta mess with these things?
And that's when back in the day, youngins. That's the thing, though. I'm not a big fan. I'm a purist in my mind. I am a purist. I don't like seeing movies getting requeled or rebooted or whatever the hell it is. In my mind, there is one Nightmare on Elm Street. There is one
Johnny Depp.
Halloween.
Yeah. No, we don't
What
talk
a
about
way
the
to go.
nightmare. We don't talk about the nightmare requel or whatever the fuck they call that.
You just can't remake that. You can't. It's just not possible.
I mean, Friday the 13th you
uh,
could, because that
well,
one
I mean,
that they did was pretty good. But like, yeah, you can put
yeah,
any
but Jason's
asshole
what,
in.
110 years old now? I mean, how the hell is he still running around? Get back here, you punk! You know, it's like enough already.
Look, I'm still waiting for my sequel to The Last Starfighter. 2 movies I want my sequel to: Last Starfighter and Buckaroo Banzai.
Well, they keep talking about Buckaroo Banzai. I don't
It's a
know.
good thing I love you, man. 'Cause,
When
geez, those are 2 movies I didn't expect to hear you say that
I'm
you
waiting for
wanted
them
see
to
sequels to.
I'm waiting for them to requel Pink Flamingos. Honestly.
Oh,
Tell them about the
what?
Eggman crackers. Where's the Eggman?
That was another movie we rented from the freaking video store that
yes, we
was
did.
in with the
Yes,
regular
we
stuff.
did.
Right next to Top Gun and Dirty Dancing was fucking Pink
Oh,
Flamingos.
it was Pink Flamingos.
Bow, bow,
Jesus.
bow, 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 bow,
Bow, bow, bow, bow.
Surfing Bird.
I mean,
The guy did this, he
Surfer.
sang Surfing Bird from his asshole. It was freaking classic.
It was classic. You
Now-
see, now that's in my opinion, that's entertainment, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real.
Now, if they requel Pink Flamingos, I don't know.
Fucking John Waters.
Who would
man.
play
who would play Divine's character? That would be the
RuPaul.
interesting question.
He's too thin, my
No.
Roo.
No,
You got to lip sync
no.
for your life.
But see, you know what? That's the thing about John Waters. I don't think he would ever let that happen.
No, because he realizes that that's a classic, and you cannot redo a classic like
That's a
well,
movie
well,
that
well,
cost
hold on one
12 grand to make and made $7 million.
Well, okay, hold on a
Exactly.
second here. Like, he also did the hairspray thing, which, come on, he did.
I never
with-
saw that. I
John
have to admit it.
Travolta.
Didn't see it.
Yeah, well, it
Nope.
was funny because I saw an interview
Really?
with John Waters, and they were talking about that. He goes, first he put out the movie, then they made a musical of it, then they did a movie of the musical. He was like, I'm collecting money like fucking hand over fist. Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
But who would
right.
play Divine? Let us know in the comments. Who would play
Yes.
Divine?
That
I would say
Recast
Vincent
that.
D'Onofrio.
Oh, damn.
Oh, you know what? He would probably pull it off. He probably would.
or who
pull
was
it
the
off.
guy who? Not Jimmy Smits. Who the fuck was it?
Jimmy Smith.
Oh, Dennis Franz.
Dennis
Dennis
Franz. I knew you'd come up with Dennis Franz.
Sipowicz.
Sipowicz. He's got to keep the fucking mustache though. And the tie. Oh,
Yeah.
that's my vote. Fucking Dennis Franz.
Dennis Franz.
Dennis Franz
Hell
for
yeah.
Divine. Yeah. So
I'm all in on that one.
We'll
that
go
would be
for,
great.
for the movie one. Yeah, so as far as I am looking forward to Candyman. Obviously, I'm in the bag for all the Marvel shit, so Shang-Chi or whatever that fucking
Shang-Chi, that's this weekend.
Shang-Chi is this weekend.
Yes, I actually saw the coming attractions to that. I did go with my wife to see Black Widow, and it was funny too because I know you guys were like, "Oh, what the hell are you going to spend that money for? She's dead."
Yeah.
It was actually
It was amazing.
The story behind it was really good.
Was
the
it?
special
Yep.
effects?
You haven't seen it yet,
No.
Black Widow?
No.
Get the fuck
Black
out of
Widow
here.
was good. I'm telling you, Black Widow. It was
So
a
good.
good premise, but the special effects bullshit on every level. Bullshit.
No
It was like
kidding.
too much. It was too much. Jump
Huh.
out of things and shit doesn't hit you. Yeah, and I was actually
And she
I
does.
was actually partial to her sister, to the girl who played the sister.
Well,
She was a cutie.
She's in that movie, Family something, where she plays the wrestler.
Yes, Wrestling with My Family.
Wrestling
or
with my
something like
family.
that, isn't
Fighting
it?
with my family.
Fighting with My Family. There
which
you
is
go.
another really good movie.
Have to see that too.
I hate that she caught shit in that because people like fucking made fun of her dumper.
Why, what's
Oh,
wrong
she's a
with
little
that
too
dumper?
fat in the ass for that role.
So what?
I was like, what?
Yes, so
Who,
what?
I like a nice round dumper.
seriously, you got to have a nice turd cut.
Exactly. You gotta, you just, yeah, it's just more bounce for the ounce. I mean, I'm just saying she looked good in that movie in Black Widow. I was partial to her as opposed to Scarlett
and
Johansson.
I love that
which
they
I
make-
got to admit, I don't understand what the hell the fascination is with her. I'm sorry.
What? Who?
Not
Scarlett?
a fan.
With
Not
ScarJo?
a fan. Not a fan.
Really?
Nope.
I mean,
Nope.
she's not like, you know.
She's not a Kate Beckinsale. Now that's my speed.
Who
But yeah,
is?
nah.
Seriously. I mean, yeah. I mean, she's not one of
Love
my
that.
one of my go-tos. I don't know. Famous people I don't get excited about because they're unattainable.
No.
But you know, I will take a you know, I'm a Maggie Gyllenhaal. I think, you know, secretary. Good movie.
Really?
Yeah. Now
Okay.
here's. Oh wait, I'm going to bring up, since we're talking about movies, I am going to bring out
All
my
right.
freaking theory. Right. So I did write this.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get this straight. Right. So the Gyllenhaals. Right. We got
Yes.
Jake Gyllenhaal
Yes.
and
Yep.
we got Maggie Gyllenhaal. Right. So Jake Gyllenhaal was
Yes.
in.
God, name a movie he wasn't in for a while. I
Jake
mean, he was
Gyllenhaal
in, what,
with-
The Day After Tomorrow. He was in
what's the
Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Jake Gyllenhaal fucked Heath Ledger in Brokeback Mountain, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
basically,
he did.
Mysterio fucked the Joker. Now,
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
now, what the? See, this is gonna freaking. So, and Maggie
All right.
Gyllenhaal also fucked Ultron.
Oh yeah.
Those
that's
Gyllenhaals get around.
Whoa.
So like basically, yeah. I mean, the Gyllenhaals get around. I mean,
Yeah, they.
Jake fucked the Joker, and
She's married to
Maggie
Peter.
fuck-
She's married to Peter Skarsgård.
yeah, Peter Skarsgård.
Yes.
and Maggie fucked Two-Face. So yeah, they you know
Exactly.
gets around. Now
It's-
can you
it's-
picture?
it's-
Okay,
yeah.
now a picture, if you will, in your mind of Jake Gyllenhaal in his Mysterio outfit fucking the Joker. Why so serious? You want to know how I got these scars? I got a load right in the face from Mysterio, and it had acid in it.
That's bad.
So I took
Oh
the knife.
man. Jesus. Wow.
Yeah, so those Gyllenhaals get around in the Marvel and DC
Yeah, they
universe,
definitely
man.
get around.
They
get around.
And it was definitely more. I'd have to look it up, but I did it on Twitter. But
I think, like I said, from a story perspective, it actually was good to see the whole backstory to it, as opposed to them just getting thrown into the middle of something and it's just like, oh, that's Black Widow. Yeah, if you know how she got to that point, it was actually quite good.
I'd
I
see.
have to
I'm
admit.
just. I'm not a big fan of the prequel. Now the requel, on the other hand,
But
Oh, the requel, on the other hand.
that Black Widow movie's not a prequel. I mean, it's just something like if you look at all the Marvel movies, they're in a disjointed timeline anyway. Where
Exactly.
things got to fit in. It's just one of the inter stories. Where was she between, Civil
Yeah.
War?
yeah, but
Because I don't follow it as much as you guys do. Like I'm not as I don't want to say fanatical about it, but I don't pay attention to a lot of that. To me, it's just a movie. I pay my money. I sit down like a moke and I just eat my popcorn and go, oh, that's really good. I don't sit there and think about all the back stuff. But this actually was quite good. It's quite good.
all right. Well,
What If is good too. If you want to get a minute for that.
Yeah, what if I'm all caught up on that? They only had the 3 episodes, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, that last one that they did was pretty damn good. Yeah, I'm excited for. I mean, like I said, I'm in the bag for all that shit. Fucking Marvel movies and all that crap. But yeah, other than that,
I got
man,
my money.
yeah, I'm a fucking Marvel
Yeah.
shill.
Exactly.
Even the DC stuff. Yeah, I mean the Spider-Man fucking No Way Home trailer, that was freaking insane.
Yep.
I think on one of our first rank, we're gonna start doing. We're gonna rank the Spider-Man movies because I definitely have some hashtag hot takes on that. Hashtag hot take.
Yeah, I saw the coming attraction to that new Ryan Reynolds movie. Oh, that looks like total crap.
What movie?
What the hell is
Free
it
Guy?
called? Yeah, not impressed. I sat
I
there
watched
literally
it. It was
just so
good.
confused.
It was fun.
Did you really? Ah,
Yeah, he's a non-player character in a video game, who, because the people who were originally spoilers, who created the basis for the video game, were trying to create like a artificially intelligent world that constantly adapts to the players, and some other company bought it and then created another game and used their code. He becomes self-aware within the video game as a character.
Okay.
So there's a lot that goes on with it, but it was
that's
fun
really
and funny.
deep, man. That's really deep. So I couldn't. Sometimes I can just tell.
What?
What the hell was that?
Admiral Akbar!
What, man? You know what? Fuck you.
What? I'm gonna take
I would like to wish you happiness and long life, old buddy.
That's right.
You really gotta get us away from these fucking soundboards. It's just getting ridiculous.
Fuck you, asshole.
Oh, really? Fuck you, pal. Oh,
There isn't
man.
enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach. I break your goddamn spine.
Remember how I told you?
Yeah.
Remember how I told you I was going to kill you last? I lied. I lied. Oh,
I lied.
see,
This
yeah,
is my weak arm, Sally.
Yeah, man. Oh, they don't make him like Arnold anymore. See, we
they
should just
don't.
call this a fucking old man podcast.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm young at heart, I think, anyway.
I remember back in the day when punks were punks and skins were skins, and the only chick in the audience had a shaved head. She was beautiful. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I sound like Bender.
I'm gonna get some blackjack and hookers.
Yeah, see, this
I
is what
have to say, the first couple of things that you guys were talking about in the first podcast, they made me laugh because it was a trip down memory lane. The backpack, which I had totally forgotten about.
Oh, that
and all
backpack
other
was
stuff.
that should be in
Jesus,
the,
that was great.
that backpack should be in the fucking Smithsonian, pal. I mean, that thing was beautiful. That and the sheepskin fucking jacket.
Oh, that was rocking
Yeah,
back in the day,
denim with
man.
the fucking sheepskin on
Oh,
there.
yeah. I was warm as fucking winter, though. Tell you that. That was good stuff.
Oh, fucking.
Hey, now.
Yeah.
Hey, now.
Hanging out
furry collar.
Hanging out in the woods, smoking cigarettes, and
Smoking cigarettes, exactly.
talking about Slayer. And here we are, 50 years old. We're still fucking doing it.
Yeah, we're the cool ones, man. I don't care what anyone says.
Well, that's what we were saying on the past podcast. Is like I used to
Yeah.
get my fucking ass kicked for liking D&D and fucking Marvel.
Oh, D&D was great, man.
Yeah, dude.
I love that shit. Are you
mean,
kidding me?
half the fucking new
I had a
music you
level
were talking
86
about.
Ranger. Are you kidding me? It's killing.
All right, what was your fucking D&D character name?
Oh my god, it was something stupid. I think I don't even remember. It was what? I mean, how many years ago? Jesus,
I can't even remember either.
I don't remember. But I remember he was in level 86 Ranger. That was the only thing I did remember because I thought that was like the most badass thing in the world.
Of course, man. That's back when you had to use theater of the mind.
You did theater of the mind.
But it's making a comeback. A friend of mine actually
very much
plays
so.
Manny
campaigns. Oh, Manny plays.
He
D&D?
plays, he DMs.
Does it really? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now here's a hot take. Is the Dragon's Den still open?
Yeah. It's moved a bunch of times, but it's on Main Street in Poughkeepsie now.
Is it? Oh no, it's not in that strip mall, whatever that they used to be in.
No, it was in let's see, it was in one strip mall and then it was in another. Then they went out of business and then somebody basically bought it and bought the name to use it and
Okay.
Well, I mean, a lot of these things now, you got tons of, what is it, the World of Warcraft and all that other stuff. That's basically the newer version of Dungeons and Dragons, isn't it? I mean, just with more gore and
I don't know. I haven't really played any
crap.
of that
I don't
stuff
know. I
anymore.
never played World of Warcraft.
Two damage.
World of Warcraft's a video game, and then there's Warhammer, which Warhammer's a whole fucking other level that involves like game pieces and like models that people build and paint and all this other
Get
shit.
out of here.
I'll show you.
And then there's what's that other
show you Warhammer.
cockamamie game that they have?
Come
What
on.
is it? The
Secret
frickin'
Hitler.
Minecraft.
Secret Hitler.
Secret Hitler. You're a dick.
No, it's a good game. Secret Hitler's a great game. Don't knock it.
What, Secret Hitler?
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go run out and get that.
It's the whole purpose of the game.
I think I
is
saw them open up for fucking big-headed Batman at the chance. Secret
Exactly.
Hitler.
Yeah. They're opening up for the Circle Jerks when we see them next year.
That's right.
Who's open?
Hell
Secret
yeah.
Hitler.
Yeah,
Secret
Secret Hitler's going to be opening up for Circle Jerks.
Circle Jerks.
You know how hard it is to tell people that fucking band name when they're like, "Huh, you going to a concert? What do you see?" The Circle Jerks. They're like, "What?"
The what? What the hell is a circle jerk? I'm like, hello.
Well, here, let me show you.
Yeah.
It's right up there with Ookie Cookie.
Gather around, kids. Have
Yeah.
a good old-fashioned Circle Jerk. Oh yeah, good times, good times. But anyway, so where we at time-wise, there, motherfucker?
Hour and a half.
Oh well, I think it's about
Nice,
that
look at
time.
that. It is that time.
That time. But listen, man, you gotta fucking get your ass down to the pack, man. Come hang at the new crib.
I do.
You know, I
Let
don't
me
have.
know the next. Let me know, and I will be there.
Yeah, I don't have a floor and I don't have walls yet, but we're getting there.
Yes,
But
I heard.
That's why we're outside.
We're getting there.
We could always have him as the in-studio guest.
Yeah, come down for in
There
studio.
you go.
Dan will really
There
have
you
a circle
go.
jerk.
Oh my. There you go.
Oh, Rachel, you've come back.
Rachel, I came on your back.
Thanks, Francis. So you guys are doing a great job with this. I love you both. I'm so happy that this thing got kicked off the ground, man. I'm so happy to hear this, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Awesome.
So, awesome.
You have an open invitation, carte blanche, to come down whenever you want.
That's right, bitchy
I
Smalls.
appreciate that, buddy.
Bitchy Smalls.
Bitchy Smalls. All right, guys. Listen, I love you both. Be good. Stay safe, and we
You
will
too.
talk.
Yeah, man.
All right,
Later.
buddy.
Come on.
Later.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, the famous Mike Stolper, everybody, our good friend from back in the day.
Yoo-hoo.
So, yoo-hoo.
Anyway, I got to get that soundbite, man.
What, you?
No, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to get it and surprise you with it one day.
So yeah, I know this episode we're a little bit all over the place. We're just still getting our grounds back, but it was great to hear Mike. He gave us a lot of really good music recommendations. Movie wise, if you've seen Candyman, if you're seeing the Shang-Chi or whatever it's called, Shang-Chi, let us know how it is.
I'll be in Myrtle Beach this weekend, so I don't think I'm going to be seeing it unless a miracle happens.
Yeah, well, when you get back, maybe I know that my girl and I are going to see a movie this weekend. We don't know which one. Probably probably Shang-Chi. Or
Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings.
Oh, the 10 Rings. I don't know anything
That's
about
okay.
that.
My girl's in that movie.
Which one?
Aquafina.
Aquafina?
Yeah, you know Aquafina?
No.
That Asian actress? She's fucking crazy.
I don't know. I got a nice rub down this weekend from a massage parlor, and no, it was legit. But yeah, I feel great, and everything's great. And like I said, follow the Spotify playlist. Give us a like, give us a comment, give us a share, give us a review on Apple Podcasts, so we don't look like a bunch of fucking jamokes.
That's right.
So check out the bands that our buddy Mike talked about. Check out Heels. What else did we talk about?
Oh, that movie with the Danbury hockey team.
Yes, the Danbury Trashers. If anybody has a link to,
Called Untold Crime and Penalties.
yes, I want to get a jersey with that on it. Yeah, I need a Trashers jersey ASAP.
But dude, I've been eyeballing the fucking, not to go too deep, but they got the fucking Letterkenny Shamrocks jerseys.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I don't really do hockey jerseys. I mean, I know I'm a rotund gentleman, but yeah, I mean, hockey jerseys. I mean, I already get compared to Kevin Smith too much anyway. So
That's
putting
right.
on a hockey jersey, but the Monroeville Zombies, that one from that movie, Zach and Miri Make a Porno. I mean, Monroeville is the town that fucking all the Night of the Living Dead movies came from.
Nice.
So yeah, that Trashers jersey, I'm all down for it. But yeah, check us out.
I popped those new songs on the playlist.
Yes, and feel free to like that playlist. Feel free to, if you're in a band, any kind of music that you think we should be listening to, put it on there. It's collaborative, so your name will show up on there, and your music recommendation will be heard. And if you add stuff on there, we'll listen to it and give us our, we'll give our critique on it. See if we're down with it. So if you're in a local band, you're on the Spotify.
Let's try and keep it to one song. I don't need the entire Blue Alien Mystic discography on there.
Yes, we already have Blue Alien Mystic on there, all right? And I even put my stuff on there. So September, we're having the live stream show coming up, so we'll tell you about that. So yeah, this was good. We did it again. Hopefully we'll do this again next week. Or you're going to be in the beach of Myrtle?
So I'm leaving Thursday. I'll be back Monday night.
Okay.
No school Tuesday, Wednesday, and then first day of classes is Thursday. So
Nice.
I'll be in the area. Maybe we can just do it Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, it seems like Wednesdays are going to be the days where we drop these things. So anybody who listened or anybody who's listened to the live stream, thank you. Thank you for everybody who downloaded the podcast so
And even
far.
if you listen to the live stream, just pop on over to one of the streaming services and, I don't know, pretend like you listen. Click it, download, so we get that. Stats for that too.
We get that sweet stats, and like we said, free ads September. That's it. After September, we're gonna start charging you assholes. So
Yeah, give me a
'Cause,
free meal.
yeah, because freaking both my kids have braces. They ain't cheap. So anyway, This is me signing off, and that's him over there signing off too.
Yeah.
Later.